Welcome back to Don Riggs Hurricane Gym. Andy Maness and Steve Clayton here with you. We are going to turn it over to our PA announcer, Aaron Lowe, for the beginning of this ball game, the starting lineups, and, of course, the national anthem. Andy Maness and Steve Clayton welcome you back here to Don Riggs Hurricane Gym. Again, that introduction to the starting lineups brought to you by Aaron Lowe. Great job, as always, by him getting this gym hyped up and ready for this championship matchup between the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane and their rival, the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats. And people have been steadily filtering in through the gym, Steve, and excited to be here. Always glad to be a part of this game between these two teams.
Well, you know, you talk about Aaron Lowe getting people pumped up, but if you're not pumped up for this game, a rematch of last year's title game in this tournament, the 6A state champion Jonesboro against the 7A state champion North Little Rock. There are athletes on the floor. There's athletes on both benches. Two great head coaches. A fantastic matchup, and I look forward to being up here with you.
No doubt about it. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. And the opening tip controlled by the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane. Here's Marcitas Leach with it. And as you can tell, Jonesboro wasting no time attacking the basket. Right away, points put in off the rebound by Kyle Moore.
That's a big key for Jonesboro. If Kyle Moore can help control the boards, Jonesboro ought to be in pretty good shape. Andy, you know Jonesboro's come out very strong in the last two games. So another great start would help Coach Wes Swift in his objectives.
Pitts comes away with a defensive rebound, ripping it out of the hands of one of the charging Wildcats, and now the Golden Hurricane in the front court. Shamari Milton with it. Milton kind of in no man's land out here. He had picked up his dribble, almost got double teamed. Now there's a lob pass into Pitts. Pitts with a head fake is going to travel. Got the basket to fall, but took a couple of steps to make it happen.
I probably wish he'd have taken it up strong initially. Shuffled his feet a little bit and got it whistled for a walk. First turnover for Jonesboro.
2-0 in the early going here for the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats. In case you missed the introduction there, the starting lineup for them: Otis Jordan, DeCorey Watkins, Colin Moore, Colin McCullough, and Spencer Sims. Sean Fudge actually out there in place of Kylon McCullough.
But they have a lot of depth, as Jonesboro does, so we'll see numerous faces on both teams sub at any point in this ball game.
Here's Sims with it, gives it over to Moore. Colin Moore with the shot, no good. Offensive rebound for Fudge, no-look pass, another no-look pass on the other side of the lane, and it's Kylon McCullough to tie things up. Great
ball movement by the Charging Wildcats, and a big basket tied up early here at Don Riggs Hurricane Gymnasium.
Under 6:30 left to play. Three-point attempt, nothing but net for Keelan McBride.
Boy, when McBride gets his feet set like that, he is deadly. And he proved nothing but net on his first shot.
Here's Sims with it, gives it up to Moore. Moore at the free throw line, lets one fly. Long rebound goes to Kyle Moore. So Kyle Moore and Colin Moore tie it up with each other. Actually, it's going to be, I thought it was a jump ball. They're going to call Colin Moore for the foul there.
And that is a big foul. If Colin Moore gets in foul trouble, he is the leading scorer for these Charging Wildcats. Actually had 30 in the opening game of this tournament against Izard County and 12 last night. So that young man in foul trouble would be a big boost for the Hurricane.
Pitts going up to get the rebound. It's tipped backwards with Watkins, and we're going to get an over and back here.
Well, that was close. Coach Swift is asking, if he did not have control in the front court, it would not have been. But the referees who matter, they judge he did have control in the front court. So,
yeah, he went to the referee quickly to try to get an explanation there. So Jonesboro has the 3-point lead right now, 5-2. Charging Wildcats with the ball. Nice skip pass there, and a charge called against DeCorey Watkins. Came in a bit too strong trying to get that pass across court.
Kyle Moore doing a great job to get his feet set and draw that charge. And there's something Wes Swift preaches daily. We'll see numerous attempts, if not successful, but Jonesboro will try to draw a lot of charges.
Leach gives it away. It's DeCorey Watkins who comes away with the steal, and Watkins will call a timeout immediately. He had to dive on top of it, was trying to avoid a jump ball or a travel, and wisely gets the timeout called. So,
well, that was a question in my mind. Did he travel before he got the timeout? But Curtis Tate, the referee, is explaining it to Wes Williams as we speak. Wes, obviously, Coach Swift taught the same thing, but Curtis Tate gave him the timeout, so it will be North Little Rock's ball at midcourt.
5-2 with 5:22 left to play here in the first quarter. This is usually the feeling out period, but I guess these two teams being pretty familiar with each other.
And they're so athletic. They're going to push the ball and do what they do no matter who the opponent is. So there's not, like you said, Andy, a great point. There's not really a filling out time early in this contest.
Watkins gives it over to Sims. Off the screen for Moore. Trying to find some space to drive with. It looks like they might be trying to set a screen to get Fudge open down low. And there's a 10-second call. Yep.
5 seconds. Another big turnover caused by Jonesboro's defense, and that is the key component of this game tonight on both sides. Who plays really good defense.
Yeah, Jonesboro did it great on that possession. Here's Leach across the timeline. He's going to take it strong to the rack. Rolls out. Oh, couldn't get the friendly roll there. Here's Fudge, who sets his feet for a three-pointer. Off the mark. McCullough thought he might have saved that one, but he stepped out of bounds, so it'll be Jonesboro basketball. Quick three-point shot there for the Wildcats.
Andy, you see what I'm talking about? You better get back on defense in a hurry. Both sides of the court.
Yeah, because as soon as that shot's missed, you got tons of athletes headed back down the floor.
Even if it's a made shot, you better give it a
Here's Leach off the screen with a wide open look at a three. Off the mark. Here come the charging Wildcats.
Leach hit a couple of those early last night. Was a big factor in Jonesboro getting out to an early lead.
Of course, Leach has signed to play with Iowa State, so looking forward to seeing him play at the next level as a little shot just inside the free throw line, or excuse me, inside the three-point line will fall. It's Kylon McCullough. He's got all 4 points here for the charging Wildcats. There's a three-point attempt by Shamar Pitts, and Pitts will extend the lead back out to 4 for Jonesboro.
Andy, that's not in his wheelhouse, so that's a good sign for Jonesboro to see Pitts hit a three-pointer.
And on the Wildcats end of the floor, it's going to be Mercedes Leach picking up his first foul.
You see a replay. Leach actually fouled out of the game last night, so Wes Swift taking precautions to get Leach out after that first foul.
What an inbound pass straight to McCullough, and McCullough is right in front of the rack to score. Makes it a 2-point game with 3:54 to play here in the first quarter. Here's McBride with it. He's going to leave it for Milton. Milton's going to drive. Baseline shot blocked by Sims. Now here comes DJ Smith, who's into the game for North Little Rock. Leaves it with Fudge, now to Sims. Spencer Sims at the top of the key for Moore. Now over again for Smith.
Simple motion offense being run by the Wildcats.
And Jonesboro sticking to the man-to-man defense here. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Now under 10. Here's Fudge with a head fake, the little hesitation. He drives, shot's no good. It's Moore who comes up with the rebound. Now here's Amarion Wilson. Corner pocket three-pointer attempt for Milton, off the mark. Long rebound tracked down by Pitts. Jonesboro going to get another look at it. Milton with a jab step drive. Oh, is he going to get bumped off his spot? Oh my goodness, I don't know how he avoided a travel there, but he somehow leans into the basket and scores.
Andy, I thought the same thing. I thought he dragged that pivot foot, but the referee did not see it that way.
Pitts scores his first 2 points of the game, and a foul called on Milton. And I beg your pardon, just misspoke. Milton scored his first 2 points of the game and then commits a foul here against North Little Rock. That is the first team foul on Milton, or first personal foul on Milton, second team foul on Jonesboro. 10-6, 2:35 left to play in the first quarter. Nice entry pass to Moore, but Moore a little bit short on the shot. Offensive rebound and the putback no good, but it looks like it's going to be Kylon McCullough headed to the free throw line, fouled by one of the Hurricanes. It's going to be Shamar Pitts picking up his first foul.
It was. It's just good hustle, offensive rebound there by the charging Wildcats. They had 3 or 4 crashes to the boards and it paid off.
First free throw here by McCullough will fall.
Well, Andy, kind of gives you a chance to catch your breath.
It does.
The game is up and down the court, to say the least.
And I say that every time I watch Jonesboro play. Just buckle your seatbelt and get ready to go, because it's going to be a while before you stop talking with the way that Jonesboro likes to play. How about Kylon McCullough, though, starting off this game on the right foot for the charging Wildcats. He's got all 8 of their points here as they trail by 2. There's a missed shot from in front of the basket by Amarion Wilson. Now here come the Wildcats. It's DJ Smith bringing it up the floor. Now travel called on Spencer Sims.
We agreed with the officials on that call. He dragged that back foot a little bit too much.
And we're going to get a timeout from the Jonesboro bench. 10-8 is the score. 2:02 left to play here in the first quarter in this championship matchup between Jonesboro and North Little Rock. 8 points for Kylon McCullough for the charging Wildcats. He's got all 8 of their points. Keelan McBride and Shamar Pitts have each dropped in a three-pointer for Jonesboro here in the first quarter. Shamari Milton and Kyle Moore have each got a field goal to their credit as well.
You know, Andy, I kind of sense a little bit of tension on both sides, though. They're not as smooth as they've been in the past 2 days, or what I've seen in the past 2 days. maybe a little bit of nerves here in the championship game.
Yeah, we talked about the feeling out period. You don't normally get that with these two teams, but I agree. It does seem like they're just a little bit, I don't want to say hesitant, but yeah. Everything's not rolling on all cylinders here. So Lamar Washington has checked into the game for Jonesboro. Regarding the inbound pass with a full court press.
Well, I like the way Washington plays for Jonesboro down low. He's only about 5'11", 6 foot, but he gets down there and bangs it up with the big boys.
He does play like you said it, he's 6 foot, but he plays like he's about 6'4" down there.
He does. He does a great job. Just coming off a football season. Played a little backup linebacker for the Hurricane on the football field this year.
Foul is going to be called on North Little Rock's Ja'Cory Williams, just the first one for him. Each team with 3 team fouls here in the first half. $1:44 left to play in the first quarter. Three-pointer, corner pocket, ring him up. That's Keelan McBride with his second of the quarter.
Good thing for Jonesboro, but they've got to get back defensively, Andy.
Yeah, Kylan McCullough, just as quick as a hiccup, has now scored 10 points, all 10 of them here for North Little Rock. 13-10 is the score. Here's Milton off the drive. Great elevation and a great shot from Shamari Milton.
Well, you said it, tremendous elevation on that short jump shot.
Kylan McCullough attempting a three-pointer. It's off the mark. Tip to Wilson. Wilson ahead to Washington. Washington, scoop shot, can't finish. Pitts on the follow-through, can't finish. Scrum for the ball, and yep, Pitts is going to be charged for a foul there. That'll be his second personal foul here in the first half.
More a foul of frustration. There was a missed layup and a missed tip in by Pitts. He tried to rebound the ball and actually got whistled for a foul.
Oh, and Washington poked that one out of bounds, but I think he's going to be called for a foul. Yep, he's going to pick up his first personal foul.
That's 5th team foul, which will be big if you put North Little Rock on that one-on-one situation here still in the first quarter.
Yeah, 48 seconds remain in the first. As Steve just mentioned, a couple more fouls puts North Little Rock at the line for the rest of the half. Here's Moore with it, over to Sims. Now McCullough's on the drive. Double clutch move, and a blocking foul called on Jonesboro. So that's going to be a Marion Wilson. Don't check that, Keelan McBride.
You see McBride, yeah, boy, it was close. I don't think he had his feet set when the ball handler got up in the air, so that was a good call by the officials.
Yeah, it looked like he had just started to slide that foot just a little bit to slide over in front of the shooter there.
Well, like I said, successful or not, Jonesboro will attempt to draw numerous charges throughout the course of this ball game.
Kylan McCullough, 12 points in the quarter, all 12 of them for his team. Trap defense, almost got Wilson to turn it over. He gets it to Washington. How about that no-look pass from Washington? Jonesboro with some great ball movement. Three-pointer won't fall, though.
Well, that shot Jonesboro has made the last 2 nights.
That one goes off of the face of Lamar Washington.
Milton with a good look at a three-pointer, just unable to fall. And like I said, Jonesboro was able to put that ball in the basket both Thursday and Friday night.
Shot clock is turned off with 13 seconds remaining in the quarter. North Little Rock to inbound it underneath their own basket. Here's Moore with it. And now we're at the 10-second mark. Calling to direct traffic. Now he wants a screen from McCullough. Gonna use it to try to get some space. No look pass for McCullough. McCullough with a last-second dump off to Ja'Cory Williams, who scores as time expires in the first. It's a 1-point ball game as we head to the second. Jonesboro leading North Little Rock 15-14. We're back with the second quarter of action from the 34th Annual Hurricane Classic right after this on Tubetown. Live local from Ritter Communications.
You've got a lot of choices when you buy home furnishings. There are many reasons to choose Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
At Hubbard & Hope, you'll find a great selection of furniture, appliances, bedding, and electronics with outstanding service, 6 ways to finance your purchase, and free local delivery.
Plus, you'll get a great deal every day on name brands you know and trust.
Great deals, outstanding service, and free delivery.
you're going to love Hubbard and Hope Furniture, Belival and Osceola.
Andy Maness and Steve Clayton welcome you back to Don Riggs Hurricane Gym. Getting ready to start the second quarter of this championship matchup between the Jonesboro Hurricane and the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats. 15-14, a 1-point affair in favor of the Hurricane. A great first quarter for both of these teams. How about Kylan McCullough, though, with 12 of his team's 14 points?
Well, he's getting a lot of cheap baskets, but they've been made possible by some tremendous passing, some good ball movements by the Wildcats. Hey, Andy, we really appreciate our viewers and our listeners, but I'm going to update you. If you're not watching football right now, Georgia is ahead of Alabama in the third quarter, 28-14, and Memphis leads the undefeated UCF, 41-35.
That's right. Those Tigers taking on the Golden Knights without their quarterback. So
yeah,
that'll be a very interesting one to see how that turns out. Of course, UCF hadn't lost in 2 seasons. The last team to defeat them, the Arkansas State Red Wolves.
There you go. Hell yes.
There's a 3-point shot for a North Little Rock lead.
Well, you just sense Jonesboro being out of kilter a little bit offensively, especially. North Little Rock having a lot to do with that, though.
That 3-pointer falls for Sean Fudge, his first points of the game. It's now 17-15. Little floater in front of the basket for Wilson won't fall. And now, here come the Wildcats with a chance to add on to the lead. Corey Watkins working against Wilson.
See Wilson there defensively. We talked a little bit about nerves in this game. Wilson's a 9th grader, so I bet he's a little tensed up.
Playing great for a 9th grader, though. How about Leach going up to challenge that shot there?
2 fouls on Leach.
Yeah, he does pick up the foul, but didn't give up the dunk either.
We got good and bad on that, and you mentioned both of it. Made them earn their points at the free throw line, but Leach does pick up his 2nd foul.
Moore is off the mark on his first free throw attempt. Milton back into the game for the Hurricane. Milton, McBride, Leach, Moore, and Washington. The 5 out on the floor for the Hurricane as Moore will hit his 2nd attempt, missed his first. It's 18-15, a 3-point lead.
Ooh, turnover. Ball tipped out of Leach's hands.
And a fast break bucket for Ja'Cory Williams. Makes the lead 5. Matches Jonesboro's biggest lead.
North Little Rock on a good run right now if you're a Charging Wildcat.
Yeah, they are on a 6-0 run to start this second quarter.
That's Moore's 2nd foul, so that could be something we need to take note of also.
Yeah, you mentioned it, what a big part of North Little Rock's team he is. If he gets into foul trouble, it could.
Coach Rice obviously thinking the same thing. Johnny Rice, the head coach of North Little Rock, quickly takes Moore out of the ball game.
Yeah, Mekhi Washington now checking in here for North Little Rock. Here's Leach. Tried to find Moore on a bounce pass, but it was errant. Now 2-on-3 in favor of the Hurricane, but it's the Wildcats who come away with another fast break bucket. And again, it's Ja'Cory Williams. He's got a quick 6 points here in this one. Take another look at the pass, and then there's the fast break.
You see what I'm talking about. You better get back defensively. And Jonesboro a little bit slow that time. They've given up quite a few points here in the second quarter, and Wes Swift does not like what he sees.
No, it has been an 8-0 run in the first 2 minutes of this second quarter. Jonesboro ended the first quarter with 15, and that's what they've been stuck on here with 6:18 left to play in the second.
Well, like I said, Jonesboro somewhat discombobulated, especially offensively. They're not getting back real good on defense, so Coach Swift has quite a bit to discuss right here. Good shot of the Hurricane. And there's the Charging Wildcat, Johnny Rice, doing his thing with North Little Rock.
Well, and one thing to take note of, I mean, the last couple baskets have been scored on fast breaks by North Little Rock, and Jonesboro has not been able to get out on any fast breaks of their own here in the last couple minutes.
Fast breaks caused by turnovers and good defense by the Charging Wildcats.
Again, 22-15 the score, 6:18 to play here in the second quarter.
You know, you mentioned it is a good crowd today, but it's somewhat subdued compared to the last two nights. I look over to our left, the dog pound is sitting down right now, maybe just during the timeout. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. They stand up right on cue.
Yep, now they're getting up. There's Milton winding up for a full court heave, it looked like. He gets it into Leach. Leach nearly lost it. And now the press defense will back off just a little bit, but Jonesboro's got to get it across the timeline. There they do. McBride with some fancy handles. And Leach is battling with Watkins, and Watkins going to be charged for the foul there. And Coach Swift telling Mercedes Leach to calm down just a little bit. Leach was very frustrated by that.
Excuse me, Andy. Watkins is a key component for North Little Rock, and that's his second foul.
Yep, so two of their big players with 2 fouls here in the second quarter, early in the second quarter. And now that's going to be Sean Fudge picking up 1 as well.
This
on
will be
the
a
reach
1-and-1 for Jonesboro.
Yep, 17 fouls now on North Little Rock.
Wow,
they're going to take it out.
That. Well, either the scorekeeper or somebody's out of sync, because I have that as the 7th foul also.
There's the
Gotta
drive.
finish.
Yeah.
Gotta finish, Mercedes.
Yeah, had a good look off the left side, and with the elevation he gets, he ought to be able to hit that shot. 7-point lead's the largest lead of the night so far. North Little Rock has it 22-15 with 5:30 left to play in the quarter.
Shot clock under 15.
DJ Smith around to Fudge. Now over to Ja'Cory Williams. Now here's Smith, leaves it again with Fudge. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, hits the rim, new set of numbers now, and it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Hurricane.
Kyle Moore trying to go up and get a rebound, but unable to get his hands around the basketball, and it goes out of bounds in favor of North Little Rock.
Corey Williams clapping to get the ball. Now he's got it. He gets it out to DJ Smith. Williams has it again. Trying to spread out this Jonesboro defense and maybe get a look in the interior for Makai Washington. There's the look they wanted. There's the shot they wanted. Makai Washington with his first points.
Good entry pass, a good finish by Washington for North Little Rock, and they have a 9-point lead right now. The biggest deficit Jonesboro's faced in this young season.
Milton, double team near the timeline, has to pick up his dribble. He's in trouble. Gets it over to McBride. Now here's Leach with a 3-point attempt. Nothing but net, and Leach is in the scorebooks. That might be what the Hurricane need to get things going here.
Might get Leach started, but once again, Jonesboro's got to get back defensively.
Yep, Sims just sprints the length of the floor and lays that one in. Finger roll finish there.
Well, I don't know what Mercedes Leach faced last year, or actually did not play last year at all, but 2 years ago when he played in Missouri at Poplar Bluff, this is probably the highest level of competition he's ever seen on a high school basketball court.
Foul's going to be called on Makai Washington. Well, he better get used to that soon, as he's moving off again to Iowa State.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and I'm sure in AAU ball he's played at this level of competition, but never in school ball at Missouri.
Leach will hit the first of 2 as Kevin Pointer gets ready to check into the game for Lamar Washington. So trading one big man for another.
One bigger man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kevin Pointer signed to play defensive line at Louisiana Monroe. He knows what to do on a football field, and he uses his weight on the basketball court as well.
North Little Rock working it around the horn with a 6-point lead. Nice look from Makai Washington, had it blocked by Moore. Now here's Leach, 3-on-3. He'll finish and go to the free throw line. What a play by Mercedes Leach.
Big spark started by Kyle Moore in the block. Mercedes Leach got the ball coast to coast. You see the whole series of events right there. Yep. Kyle Moore with the block, comes out to Leach. Leach takes it the length of the court. And the foul.
And he'll capitalize on his and one attempt. went from being scoreless to having 8 points, and now Jonesboro just trails by 4. Mercedes Leach leading the way for his team.
A 2-pointer, a conventional 3-pointer, and a deep ball, so 8 quick points for Mercedes Leach.
Jonesboro can get a turnover here. It would be huge with 3:30 left to play. Smith spinning, and he's going to carry and walk. I don't know if the referee, he looked like he was going to call a carry, and then he went for the walk movement.
And he threw it out of bounds on top of that. So, nonetheless, it's only 1 turnover, but it's in Jonesboro's favor.
He gave it to him in 3 different ways, he did. Under 3:30 to play as McBride gets ready to take it across the timeline. Now to Leach.
Kyle Moore winning the ball inside.
Turned right into a double team. He lost it, got it back, and double dribble.
Had it knocked out of his hands, and
Coach Swift over here.
Coach Swift and Kyle Moore both thought he had another dribble, and he obviously did not.
Yeah, Coach Swift just shuffled back down to the end of the bench. He said, all right.
Well, as always, Coach Swift very animated. Trying to get, Jonesboro's not playing with the energy and intensity that they have, in my opinion, the last 2 nights. Maybe a little wear and tear of playing 3 straight games, but it's really not an excuse because North Little Rock's in the same boat.
Travel will give it back to Jonesboro. We'll see if they can narrow the margin to 1 or if they can take the lead here as Leach will take a breather. And it'll be Amarion Wilson who brings it up the floor. What handles for a freshman also.
Oh, he is good.
Got to be a 9th grader playing on this basketball team. There's a leaner from Milton, and he'll get that one to fall. 2-point ball game now. Excuse me, 1-point ball game, I should say. Well, back to a 4-point ball game.
Answered quickly.
Spencer Sims with 5 now in the first half.
What good things on the horizon for Jonesboro. You mentioned Wilson, a 9th grader. By moving him up, Andy Kemp actually starts 4 8th graders on a very good junior high basketball team. One of them 6'5". And they actually lost last night to Valley View, but they won the Battle of Dunks because Andy Kemp had 6 dunks to Valley View 0.
In a junior high game, that's almost unheard of.
Very, very athletic.
Kevin Pointer had a chance to hit a shot underneath the bucket. It got knocked out of bounds, and now they take it out. Moore with a chance to score. Can't get it. Pointer can't get the rebound. Here comes North Little Rock with a 4-point lead. Sims on the drive now. Took about 6 steps on his way. And a foul is going to be called on Jonesboro. That will put North Little Rock at the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. The foul is going to be called on Kevin Moore. That's going to be the first one on Moore.
Kyle Moore, and that is
Kyle Moore. I think I do that all the time. I think I call him Kevin Moore for some reason. Kyle Moore picking up his first. He'll come and have a seat. Leach back into the game. It's Leach, Pointer, Milton, McBride, and Wilson on the floor for JHS. Front end of the 1-and-1 goes through.
You know, you talked about your blunder, and this is the first time in a while we've worked together. You do a great, great job, brother.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Both free throws fall through for Kylon McCullough. 6-point lead now again for North Little Rock. There's a little heat check shot from Mercedes Leach, and he just drains it right in the face of the defense.
He has definitely warmed up here in the second half.
But it doesn't help when the defense.
Second quarter, yeah.
Defense got back in time, got in front of the carrier, Spencer Sims, but Sims just able to put it up in traffic for 2 points. He's now got 7 here, all of them here in the second quarter. 5-point ball game, 33-28. Milton thought about it a bit too long, let it fly, but Pointer's there to get the offensive board. And now the ball kicked out of bounds as McBride was trying to feed it over, looks like to the high post. It's kicked out of bounds by one of the charging Wildcats.
Great job by Kevin Pointer on that offensive rebound. of positioning. Did such a good job to get in good position, and Jonesboro retains possession because of it.
Wilson picked up his dribble, threw it away, trying to get it to the low post. First shot by North Little Rock, no good. Neither is the second. They get another offensive rebound, however, with 50 seconds remaining and a fresh shot clock. Sims picks up his dribble. He's in trouble, gets it away. Shot clock down to 15, 34 seconds remaining. There's a floater from Fudge, and he's going to be called for the charge. There wasn't any doubt about that one. We were basically just waiting on the contact. Sean Fudge let the shot fly, and as you can see here, perfectly set his feet, did Kevin Pointer.
Well, you don't expect a 6'3", 280-pound guy to draw a charge, but that's exactly what Kevin Pointer did. A very good job for the Hurricane defensively.
North Little Rock is led by as many as 9, but Jonesboro has been able to trim it down to 5, and let's see if they hold on for the final shot of the second quarter. They won't. It'll be Kyle Moore taking it up. Missed his first one. Put back no good, but right there to put it back again is Mercedes Leach.
With the tip in, Jonesboro needs to stop here.
4 seconds remaining, 2 seconds left now. McCullough at the buzzer won't fall through, and again a tight ball game at the end of the second quarter. 33-30 is the score. North Little Rock holding on to a 3-point lead. We're going to come back with some halftime stats for you and break down the first half of action between North Little Rock and Jonesboro. Again, 33-30 the score. We're back with more here from the 34th Annual Hurricane Classic on Tubetown. Live, local from Ritter Communications.
You've got a lot of choices when you buy home furnishings. There are many reasons to choose Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
At Hubbard & Hope, you'll find a great selection of furniture, appliances, bedding, and electronics with outstanding service, 6 ways to finance your purchase, and free local delivery.
Plus, you'll get a great deal every day on name brands you know and trust.
Great deals, outstanding service, and free delivery. You're going to love
Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
Life doesn't always go as planned. So when a power surge affects your TV, or a breakfast mishap takes out your laptop, Guardware multi-device protection gives you peace of mind, knowing your devices will be repaired or replaced with just one call, and without breaking the bank. Protection you can trust. Guardware from Ritter. Enroll today to keep what matters most protected tomorrow.
How much bandwidth will satisfy your home's hunger? The average household now has more wireless devices in use a day than ever before, including TVs, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. HD streaming and gaming can use large amounts of data and slow down speeds for other users. The more devices you use, the more bandwidth your home needs. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get up to 100 megs with internet from Ritter Communications. It's the speed you need to power all your devices. Call today.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit ritterbusiness.com today.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm home alone. Someone is trying to get in the back door.
Find a safe place like in a closet or under a bed, okay?
Okay.
Be very quiet and don't worry. Your home phone gave me your location.
Hurry.
Help is on the way.
Only a dedicated home phone can quickly pinpoint your address for emergency personnel. Cell phones can't. Keep your loved ones safe for less than 60 cents a day with a home phone from Ritter. Call today or go to rittercommunications.com.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
High-speed internet for every grown-up, grandparent, kid, teen, and in between. Ritter's got it. Every JPEG, MPEG, and GIF for the working mom or the working stiff, loaded in a GIF. Whether you're a blogger, gamer, or pixel tamer, don't be a slow-speed blamer. Don't waste your time waiting to load that page. Get Ritter high-speed internet. It's all the rage.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. Only from Ritter Communications. Right by you.
Technology was supposed to make our lives easier. No one told us about the plethora of glitches, viruses, hackers, hundreds of passwords to remember, and getting all our tech to sync up. Introducing Tech Home. Technology made easy for you and your devices. Tech Home makes it easy to set up, protect, and enjoy your internet-connected devices anytime, anywhere. Security, password management, backup, and premium tech support. Get back in charge of your digital life now with Tech Home.
You work here, you play here, you live here, and yet most of what you watch on television is about somewhere other than here. Until now, we proudly present Tubetown, TV about you. Tubetown is a Ritter Communications exclusive network featuring local sports, community events, unique and original programming from our community. Tubetown takes what's best about television, what's best about the community, and brings them together. Tubetown, only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Satellite TV providers force you to sign a long-term contract, then saddle you with second-rate service and price increases. Ritter delivers TV service with stunning HD channels, plus bundle savings on the area's fastest internet, and a better home phone service with no long-term contracts, backed by our local customer care team. No contracts, no nonsense, just great service. Don't get stuck with a dish. Visit RitterCommunications.com to learn more.
It begins with a click. And no matter where you are, you have countless choices at your fingertips. On the road, on your break, even in your own backyard. A world of entertainment is just a click away. Simply go to RitterCommunications.com/TV Everywhere to get started. Ritter Communications, connecting you to everything that matters.
With so many great mega services available from Ritter Communications, it's hard to pick just one. Save a bundle with bundled services. Talk as much as you want, when you want, with unlimited long distance. Get the speed you need with up to 15, 30, 50, and even 100 megabits per second internet. Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Andy Maness and Steve Clayton welcome you back to Jonesboro High School, where the Jonesboro Hurricane playing in the championship matchup against the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats, and it's a three-point game at half, 33-30. Jonesboro took the lead initially. North Little Rock tied it up. Jonesboro took the lead again, and since then it's been all North Little Rock. They led by as many as 9, but got to give credit to Jonesboro for quite a run they made there at the end of the second quarter to make it a three-point ball game. Got some great scoring in there from Mercedes Leach, who turned it on. 11 points in the second quarter for Leach. 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Getting some help from Shamari Milton and Keelan McBride as well.
What it is, the key to this game so far, and the reason North Little Rock's ahead, was the beginning of the second quarter. a great run by Jerry Rice and the Charging Wildcats. They came out and scored 8 unanswered to start the second quarter. So a good job, and that's the biggest reason, in my opinion, the Charging Wildcats are ahead by 3 right now.
Yeah, you've got Ja'Cory Williams, who finished the first half with 6 points. 4 of those points coming off of fast breaks that you pointed out during the game came from turnovers. Got several of those. Spencer Sims finished the first half with 7 points for the Charging Wildcats, but leading the way for North Little Rock is Kylon McCullough. He had 14 points. But got to give credit to Jonesboro. They really held him in check in the second quarter. He had 12 points at the end of the first and only put in 2 points from the free throw line in the second quarter. So good job by Jonesboro, again, playing great defense on him throughout the second. Just going to have to try to get some more open looks here and try to get back on defense. You mentioned it. That's been the biggest hurdle for Jonesboro to overcome so far is scoring and then being able to get back quickly enough to play defense.
Well, you said that McCullough slowed down scoring in the second quarter, but if you remember, the run was in transition points. McCullough, a big man, he's a 6'4" post player, is the reason he slowed down his scoring output there in the second quarter, because North Little Rock scored predominantly on a fast break.
Yep, they certainly have. So about 30 seconds remaining. We'll go ahead and step aside one last time. We're back with the third quarter right after this.
You've got a lot of choices when you buy home furnishings. There are many reasons to choose Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
At Hubbard & Hope, you'll find a great selection of furniture, appliances, bedding, and electronics with outstanding service, 6 ways to finance your purchase, and free local delivery.
Plus, you'll get a great deal every day on name brands you know and trust.
Great deals, outstanding service, and free delivery. You're going to love
Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
Jim, Andy Manison, Steve Clayton here with you, ready to start the third quarter of action between North Little Rock and Jonesboro. 33-30 is the score. North Little Rock leading Jonesboro High School.
Good news for the Hurricane, alternating possession. Jonesboro will start out with the ball here in the second half.
Yeah, the Hurricane are going to hit the floor with Kyle Moore, Mercedes Leach, Keelan McBride, Shamari Milton, and Shamar Pitts.
Starting 5, I believe.
It is the starting 5 for the Hurricane. Same starting 5 out there for North Little Rock as well. Wide open three-point look for Leach. Missed it. And trying to get the putback there was Pitts, and I think he was fouled.
I think he actually committed the foul.
Oh, he did commit the foul. Yeah, pushing them back.
Great effort by Pitts to keep it alive, but he did kind of come over the back in the eyes of the referee anyway.
So now North Little Rock brings it up the floor. Three-point attempt from Sims, airballed. Moore, though, there to get the rebound. Corey Watkins spins, leaves it with Fudge. Fudge will drive, lean against the defender. Moore with the putback, no good. Now here comes Milton. Milton tried to go behind his back and had his pocket picked.
Didn't have numbers, probably not a good decision by Milton.
Oh, and Colin Moore tried to go up and yam that one home. Off the mark, but there to get the putback is his teammate, Kylon McCullough.
Boy, here early in the second half, North Little Rock dominating the offensive boards, and that's the difference so far in the second half of play.
Milton's shot is no good, but Pitts there to get the rebound, and it is again a three-point ball game. How about that block by Pitts? North Little Rock recovers though, and Kylon McCullough is there to get the loose ball and score.
That's not lazy, but just no intensity by Jonesboro defensively, especially on that last possession by the Charging Wildcats, resulted in a very easy basket after what could have been a turnover.
Yeah, Pitts with a great block there, and then you mentioned it, just not going after the 50-50 balls as strong as they should. And right there again, Sean Fudge in transition scores a quick bucket.
Once again, Jonesboro defaults transition defense.
Here's Leach, step back jumper. It'll fall just inside the 3-point line, and Mercedes Leach with a pretty stroke there.
Well, Jonesboro needs one of the patented runs. Little Rock slowing it down a little bit, at least on this possession.
Here's a drive from McCullough over the defender. No call, and McCullough has got 6 points, picking up where he left off in the first quarter. He's got 20 for the ball game now.
McBride tried to draw a charge and wanted a call, but I agree with the referee's no call.
Here's McBride standing in center circle. He'll be guarded by Fudge. Three-point attempt. Off. Well, sorry. I was getting ready to say he missed that, but that one went right through. Shamari Milton drains it. 9 points for Milton now here in the game, and it makes it a 4-point ball game once again, 41-37. McCullough on the drive. He'll score. Just so quick to put the ball through the hoop.
Well, Little Rock once again with a lot of easy shots here in the second half, especially. And I blame Jonesboro's lack of intensity on defense.
Yeah, all of these, they've scored 10 points so far here in the third quarter. It seems like all of them have come right in front of the basket or in transition. Here's Leach with a little bit of room. Fakes the three-pointer with a pass. Shot's no good. Tipped out to Milton, and his three-pointer is no good either. Lob pass for Fudge, or Sims rather, and Sims will score. And another layup for North Little Rock.
Leach very fortunate he didn't pick up his third foul there also.
4:13 left to play here in the third quarter. A quick moving third quarter. Milton on the crossover, working against Sims. Now here's Leach. Trying to find some space over here on the near sideline. Gets it into Pitts. Pitts hops.
Well, Jerry Rice wanted a walk, and I tend to agree with him on that series by Jonesboro.
Pitts comes away with a block. Now fighting for the loose ball. Jump ball called.
Jump ball, possession.
Boy, it looked like Milton had his leg wrapped around the ball too there. It looked like he was doing whatever he had to do to make sure he got it.
Well, they were two Wildcats, and Milton definitely wrapped up trying to get possession of the basketball.
Got into the fetal position with it.
Whatever it takes.
Possession arrow does keep it right here with North Little Rock, however, so they're holding on to an 8-point lead, 45-37. The biggest lead they've had all night is 9 points. Errant shot. Yep. DeCorey Watkins off the mark there. Missed everything. Kyle Moore in the interior has his pocket picked from behind. Wilson's there to clean it up. Leans into the defender. Gets the contact. Doesn't get the call, but Wilson will score his first 2 points of the game, and that's a much-needed basket there for Jonesboro. Another quick steal, and here's Wilson. Wilson's shot is off the mark. Defensive rebound swatted out of bounds by Kyle Moore.
Boy, Jonesboro really needs a spark right now, and I thought that's exactly what Amarian Wilson was putting the ball game to do. He had an opportunity for 2 quick baskets. The second one just rolls in and out.
6-point ball game, 3:08 to play here in the third quarter. Sims at the top of the key, works it around to a wide open Ja'Cory Williams. Ja'Cory Williams drains the three-pointer.
Wes Swift very upset with his team and their defensive effort. He's barking out to his basketball team.
Leach in traffic, doesn't get the call. Now going the other way, 2-on-2.
Yeah, I think we have a technical.
Yeah, Coach Swift just came up and stopped that drive before it got started there. He picked up that technical, and Coach Rice not happy about it. He wanted his team to score on that possession.
Well, Wes Swift probably knew what he was doing. He was displeased. He thought Mercedes Leach got fouled, and now we have a little bit of tension at midcourt.
Yeah, we've got the Jonesboro players in a huddle, and Mercedes Leach has turned around. I think he just elbowed one of his own players on accident, but I mean, the Charging Wildcats are they're antagonizing the Hurricanes right now.
Well, they're saying that they have every right as Jonesboro to meet in midcourt, and Mercedes Leach especially did not like it for the Hurricane.
Yeah, Leach got away. He was pushing Colin Moore off of him because Moore was over there trying to get in the huddle.
Well, Leach probably, to his benefit, actually elbowed a player, but it happened to be his own player. He probably would have gotten some ramifications had it been a Charging Wildcat that called the brunt of Mercedes Leach's elbow.
Okay, so now it's an 11-point lead here for the Wildcats, and they have possession after the technical foul. This is the largest lead of the afternoon for them. Here's Ja'Cory Williams. See how Jonesboro responds after that. There's the closeout by Moore. Williams drives around him, and a blocking foul called on Kyle Moore. Nope, beg your pardon. That's Lamar Washington down there.
See a replay of it. Washington trying to get his feet set, but he was leaning backwards, so a good call by the official.
Yeah, Washington picks up his second personal foul, third team foul on Jonesboro. Pass nearly stolen away, and instead it winds up in the hands of Sean Fudge, and Fudge will hit the floater.
All the breaks seemingly going toward the Wildcats right now.
Yeah, every ball is bouncing their way, it seems like, with 2:04 left to play in the third. Washington with a head fake. Jump ball called as Moore gets his hands right on top of that one without leaving the court. Take another look here at the replay. And just tied it up there. Possession arrow keeps it here with Jonesboro. And they desperately need a bucket.
They really do, just to slow down. A three-pointer right here would be big.
And there it was from Mercedes Leach. 5 points here in the quarter for him, 16 for the game, and a turnover on the other end of the floor for Kylon McCullough, called for steps. And it's a 10-point ball game with $1:48 left to play in the third. Jonesboro with a chance to narrow the margin a little bit more.
Well, you just feel the energy in the gym pick up a little bit in favor of the Hurricanes. Last couple series.
Leach sets his feet, back-to-back triples, and here come the Hurricane.
Crowd definitely in the ball game.
We talked about how sedated they seemed to be earlier on, and now they come a little bit alive as Jonesboro only trails by 7. The dog pound is up and on their feet. Here's Sims driving. Nice feed for Ja'Cory Williams. Blocked. But Colin Moore right there to clean it up, and he'll put it back in as well. And a timeout call by North Little Rock.
Johnny Rice quickly calls a timeout. Try to slow down a little bit of the momentum that here of late has gone the way of the Hurricanes.
54-45 is the score. 1:10 remaining here in the third quarter. It was a 1-point game at the end of the first. It was a 3-point game at the end of the half. Now we've got a 9-point game on our hands in favor of North Little Rock, but still plenty of time for Jonesboro to try to trim the deficit a little bit here.
We do have a lot of basketball to play, but you can kind of sense that the game was about to get out of hand if you're a Hurricane. Thankfully for Jonesboro, they had a little bit of a run of their own.
Yeah, those back-to-back threes from Mercedes Leach were huge moments ago.
Keep the deficit within single digits, which is always a big factor, in my opinion, heading into the fourth quarter.
All right, out of the timeout, it's Milton, McBride, Moore, Washington, and Wilson. And now we're getting some conversations here between the referee and Wes Swift. Now Leach is up off the bench, getting ready to come back into the game.
I think.
Yeah, so 1:10 left. McBride comes down to the back court to take it out. Now here's Leach to bring it up the floor. He'll be working against Sims. Looks like they're trying to set a screen here to get Leach some space as he's hit those back-to-back triples moments ago. Here's McBride with it now in the corner. Now Kyle Moore is posting up in the low blocks. Somehow Wilson got the ball into him, and Moore is able to call a timeout. Well, I don't know if Moore called the timeout or Coach Swift did.
I think it's Swift. Since his player was in trouble before Kyle Moore walked, Wes Swift actually requested and got the timeout.
Yeah, gets it with 9 seconds left on the shot clock, 43 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout with them. 54-45 is your score. North Little Rock leading Jonesboro. We're back with more action from the Hurricane Classic right after this on Tubetown.
Life doesn't always go as planned. So when a power surge affects your TV, or a breakfast mishap takes out your laptop, Guardware multi-device protection gives you peace of mind, knowing your devices will be repaired or replaced with just one call and without breaking the bank. Protection you can trust. Guardware from Ritter. Enroll today to keep what matters most protected tomorrow.
Andy Maness and Steve Clayton welcome you back to JHS, where the Hurricane trail to the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats with 43 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. It's been 6 years since Jonesboro lost the Hurricane Classic.
And it hadn't been a cakewalk for 6 years. Like we said, they actually beat this North Little Rock team last year in the finals of this tournament. North Little Rock went on to win the 7A state championship, so there's been good competition, but Jonesboro's been able to rise above that, like you said, the last 6 years.
Hurricane still with a lot of basketball left to play here this afternoon. One more quarter ahead of us. Trying to inbound it here with 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Trying to get it into Moore. It's tipped. And it's Colin Moore who comes down with it instead of Kyle Moore. There's a three-point attempt from Milton. Milton gets his own rebound, puts up a shot. No call. Unbelievable there was no call on that. And Coach Swift is having to be restrained right now by his assistant coach as North Little Rock turns it over on a travel on their end of the floor. But the assistant coach right now
Jimmy Porter literally had a hold of Coach Swift's coattails, keeping him off the court.
Unbelievable. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock has been turned off. 9-point lead for North Little Rock. Jonesboro's holding for the last shot. There's the handoff to Milton. 10 seconds remaining. Milton stares at the clock. Takes a screen from Washington. Milton looks up. 3 seconds remaining. There's the double team. Leans into the three-point shot. No good. Washington with the tip in, and they'll count it.
Big basket by Lamar Washington to end the third quarter and cut the lead to 7. The ball will be with North Little Rock, I believe, to start the fourth quarter.
What a way to end the third for Jonesboro. Hopefully that gives them a little bit more momentum. We're headed to the fourth. 54-47 North Little Rock leads. We're back with the fourth quarter after this on Tubetown.
How much bandwidth will satisfy your home's hunger? The average household now has more wireless devices in use a day than ever before, including TVs, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. HD streaming and gaming can use large amounts of data and slow down speeds for other users. The more devices you use, the more bandwidth your home needs. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get up to 100 megs with internet from Ritter Communications. It's the speed you need to power all your devices. Call today.
Andy Maness and Steve Clayton welcome you back to Jonesboro High School. Coach Wes Swift talking some things over with his team at the end of the third quarter here. The beginning of the fourth, I should say. But Lamar Washington with a tip in right there at the end of that quarter to make it a 54-47 ball game. Jonesboro only trailing by 7 now. They trail by as many as 11, but have tried to narrow the margin. North Little Rock has held the lead since all the way back in the second quarter.
Coach Swift, it's not his first rodeo, though. He's been in this situation before, not with this particular team, but I guarantee you he's got a game plan how to get the Hurricane back in this ball game.
North Little Rock comes out on the fourth quarter with Ja'Cory Williams, Spencer Sims, Kylon McCullough, Colin Moore, and Sean Fudge. And
wow.
I don't know if was that a 5-second call or a foul away from the ball.
On North Little Rock on the inbounds play.
Yeah, Spencer Sims picking up his second.
Some Coach Swift's jawing may have paid off since then.
So now here comes McBride rather. Leaves it with Leach. Leach head fake, three-point shot, no good. Kyle Moore with the rebound. Here's Keelan McBride with it. McBride, Leach, Moore, alongside Washington and Milton. Milton for three now. He'll drain it from the corner.
Well, that possession kept alive by a big rebound, offensive rebound by Kyle Moore, so don't overlook that.
Makes it a 4-point ball game, and now Kyle Moore doing all he can do to play defense on Sean Fudge. Fudge just getting a friendly roll that time, and the lead is back up to 6. Here's Leach with a little bit of space at the free throw line. Oh my goodness, here comes Mercedes Leach.
4-point ball game, we got a ball game, and that's exactly what Coach Swift wanted to do when he talked to his team in between quarters. Give themselves a chance to win.
Sims on the drive, and a charge called. Lamar Washington. Second time we've given him credit for standing in there and taking a charge.
Well, he's undersized, but does such a tremendous job in the middle of the paint for the Hurricane. Plays like that, the small things.
4-point ball game, 56-52. Leach working on Moore. Now here's Milton, entry to Washington. Great job by Lamar Washington. How about that move to get underneath the basket, and then how about the finish?
Actually used the rim to deflect the defender.
2-point ball game now. North Little Rock hanging on to this lead for dear life.
Crowd definitely in the ball game.
Dog pound, letting the opposing team hear it. Coach Swift frantically yelling at his defense, trying to get them in position. First shot no good, put back no good, third shot no good. And now it's Jonesboro ball. Here's Washington. How about that pass from McBride to Washington? Washington's floater won't fall. And a foul called. I believe that's going to go against Lamar Washington for a push in the back. Didn't need to rush that, but they did anyway.
Washington a little frustrated after missing that floater. See a replay of Washington's good move underneath. Actually used the basket to shield the defenders. Tells you how athletic they are and how high in the air they play when you can use the rim 10 feet in the air to block defenders.
Yeah, Lamar Washington probably the only one on the floor at the time who probably can't touch the rim. Yeah. Well, maybe he can.
I mean, he's not a dunker.
He looks like an athlete, so.
He's not a dunker.
2-point lead here for North Little Rock, 56-54 is the score. Heck of a ball game on our hands. North Little Rock is led by as many as 11.
Jonesboro has crawled back in it. Opportunity to tie it there, but they're still in this ball game. Like you said, 5:52 left here in the fourth quarter.
It's a 7-2 run to start the fourth quarter for Jonesboro, and that is what they needed to get back in it. So out of the timeout now, here comes DeCorey Watkins. Makai Washington has checked back into the game for North Little Rock. He sets a screen now for DeCorey Watkins. And now Makai Washington off the assist will score. That was a great looking assist from DeCorey Watkins.
Little pick and roll that time pays off for the Wildcats.
Here's Leach, heat check, 3-point shot is off the mark.
Kind of forced that shot.
DeCorey Watkins will be called for the travel. Hopefully he's all right as he slipped and fell.
Saw those ankles buckle a little bit, and that kind of scares you for that young man.
It does, absolutely. Got perspiration up off the floor there. He's getting up. He's walking a little gingerly, but
it looks like he'll be able to walk it off, and that's a good sign for the North Little Rock point guard.
All right, 5:21 left to play in the ball game. 4-point game, 58-54. Here's Keelan McBride working on DeCorey Watkins, trying to get it across the timeline, and he does. Now Leach with it. Leach with a lob for Kyle Moore off the fingertips of a Wildcat. Now going the other way for Colin Moore, and Colin Moore will yam it home.
Well, another transition basket for the charging Wildcats. Even with the lead here late in the fourth quarter, they're still not scared to push the basketball.
Yep, lead back up to 6 for them. Leach has got it, now out to Moore, now down to Washington. He's going to turn, try to find the glass, can't score. Makai Washington comes down with it. Ahead to DeCorey Watkins, in traffic, charge called. Great job by, I think that was Kyle Moore, setting his feet down there, and it was.
Well, like I said, a West Swift team is going to work on that. A lot of practice time devoted to drawing that charge, and it has paid off for the Hurricane.
Third personal foul on DeCorey Watkins there with 4:28 left to play in the fourth quarter. 6-point ball game. Here's Moore on the low post. Gathers, can't hit the hook shot. Pitts was there trying to get the rebound, but Colin Moore did a good job of blocking him out. Now here comes DeCorey Watkins with 4:08 left to play in the game. Working against Keelan McBride. McBride lets him by him, runs into a defender, and again it's Kyle Moore planting his feet for the charge. Back-to-back charges called on the charging Wildcats, and that is also back-to-back fouls on DeCorey Watkins. He's now got 4. He's also out of position trying to guard Wilson, let him get into the front court a little too easily, and Watkins better watch himself there because he could have got called for his 5th personal, but no whistle from the referee. Here's Keelan McBride for 3, nothing but net.
Boy, he is deadly when he gets his feet set. A big three-pointer at a great time for the Hurricane.
He was ready for it. 9 points now in the game for McBride, and a 3-point ball game in favor of North Little Rock. Wildcats have the ball, 60-57. Under 3:30 to play here in this one. And we are going to get a timeout from Coach Johnny Rice. Wanted to talk some things over. 16 seconds left on the shot clock for North Little Rock when they come out of the timeout. We're going to take one with them. Again, 3:21 left to play in the fourth. It is 60-57. North Little Rock leading Jonesboro. You're watching the 34th Annual Hurricane Classic on Tubetown. Live, local from Ritter Communications.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit ritterbusiness.com today.
One thing Alabama doesn't have.
Dennis and Steve Clayton back here with you in the fourth quarter between North Little Rock and Jonesboro. 60-57 the score, 3:21 to play. Jonesboro with a heck of a run here in the fourth quarter to try to make this one a close ball game. Trailed by as many as 11. They trailed by 7 to begin this quarter, but have managed to do what they can to make it a 3-point ball game here. And now we'll see what the Wildcats want to flash on offense here out of the timeout.
Got to be aware of the shot clock if you're a charging Wildcat. Like you mentioned, the 7-16 walk.
Yep, Williams on the pass from Watkins will travel.
Big possession here for the Hurricane.
Chance to tie it up.
Of course, they're all big at this juncture of the ball game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 3:10 left to play in this one.
Kyle Moore fighting for position.
Yeah, if they can get it in the low post, a chance to make it a 1-point game. Here's Pitts with it. Pitts to Moore. Moore guarded by Washington. Washington's all over him too. Maybe trying a little pick and roll there. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Gonna have to do something with it. Here's McBride. Pitts drives, floater. Won't get the friendly roll.
Boy, it did everything to go in the basket.
North Little Rock comes down with a rebound. Here's DeCorey Watkins. Now Washington working on Kyle Moore. Around the horn. Top of the key now for Kylon McCullough. Back to Watkins. Jump shot, no good, but right there to clean it up is Kylon McCullough. 26 points in the game for McCullough now, leading all scorers.
Well, if North Little Rock holds on to this ball game, the biggest difference, in my opinion, the offensive rebounds. They have dominated the boards on the offensive side for the charging Wildcats.
Here's Milton. Now here's McBride with it. To Moore, trying to find something on the baseline. Hook shot good. Big shot there for Kyle Moore.
Very determined young man right there. He took the ball, he wanted to score, and that's exactly what he did. Nice shot, Kyle Moore.
Got to credit Makai Washington as well for playing good defense on him. Here's to Corey Watkins. Oh, McCullough thought about the three. Instead, he gives it over to Moore. Colin Moore with it. He's going to drive now. Picks up his dribble. Lob pass for Corey Watkins. Quick pass over to McCullough, and McCullough will kiss that one off the glass.
Once again, North Little Rock pounding the ball deep, getting an easy basket right underneath the basket.
So Leach getting ready to check back in. Washington will check back in as well. Well, right now we're going to take a timeout along with the guys out on the floor. 1:08 left to play here in the ball game, 64-59. North Little Rock still leading Jonesboro. We're back with more action here from Don Riggs Hurricane Gym right after this.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm home alone. Someone is trying to get in the back door.
Find a safe place like in a closet or under a bed, okay?
Okay.
Be very quiet and don't worry. Your home phone gave me your location.
Hurry.
Help is on the way.
Only a dedicated home phone can quickly pinpoint your address for emergency personnel. Cell phones can't. Keep your loved ones safe for less than 60 cents a day with a home phone from Ritter. Call today or go to rittercommunications.com.
Jonesboro Hurricane talking things over in the huddle, trailing by 5 here with 1:08 left to play in the ball game. Andy Maness and Steve Clayton here with you. North Little Rock desperately trying to get out of Jonesboro with a win here.
Good shot of the dog pound. The motif tonight or today is red, white, and blue America.
And all the students in their Americana here, trying to will their Hurricane onto a victory here, but time is running out. Jonesboro can get a bucket here. It'll be a one-possession ball game, though. Here's Leach, top of the key, nobody near him, sets his feet. Not going to miss many of those, but Washington gets the putback. Offensive board and the putback for Lamar Washington.
Boy, he plays so much bigger than his 6-foot frame in the middle there.
Here's to Corey Watkins trying to work against McBride. There's the screen from Washington. Nice feed for Fudge. Fudge right underneath the basket, has to pick up his dribble. There's the entry, stolen away. Trying to get it to Sims, and Sims can't handle it. Now here's Milton. Milton gives it to Moore, back to Milton. Milton thought about the three, step back. Oh, couldn't get it to fall. Moore touches it. They're going to give it to Jonesboro. They're going to say the Golden Hurricane have the ball on their end of the court. They'll get to take it out right underneath their own basket, trailing by 3. 29 seconds left in the game. Shot clock turned off. Here's Moore on the baseline. Oh, picked up his pivot foot with 23 seconds remaining. Coach Swift sending Pitts in. Leach comes to the bench.
Obviously, feels like Pitts is a better defender. Jonesboro being a full court press, obviously, with 23 seconds and a 3-point deficit.
We'll keep it right here during the timeout. Take another look here. Watch that left foot. Right there. It looks like he might have left tiptoes, but
I didn't think he walked there. I actually thought he walked earlier in the possession. Well, that's a great job by the cameraman. And your call there, Andy.
Yeah, very, very close call. Coach Swift drawing up a play now for his team, again trailing by 3. They're going to have to foul, but the bad part is they've still got 3 to give before they put North Little Rock at the line. The shot clock is turned off, so they won't get any help there.
Been a relatively clean game here in the second half as far as fouls. Probably to Jonesboro's disadvantage because they would like to foul and get North Little Rock on the free throw line if North Little Rock gets the ball inbounds effectively.
Well, North Little Rock has shot 10 free throws tonight. They're 9 for 10 from the charity stripe. So Jonesboro's only been once, they've had 2 trips to the free throw line, and they've hit all 3 of them. But not going to help them here. They're going to have to, again, try to get a steal and then a handful of fouls here.
A warning against Jamar Pitts, saying he's got to give the inbounder a little bit more room on the baseline.
Get it inbounds, and there's the foul on Ja'Cory Williams. So 3-point ball game, 21 seconds left. Still a couple of fouls to give. Into Ja'Cory Watkins, and again they foul. Very quick.
We'll see the same thing on this inbounds. If North Little Rock is able to get the ball inbounds.
Well, there it is to Watkins, and that will put Watkins at the free throw line with 19 seconds remaining.
Well, that's good for Jonesboro. The bad news is, like you said, North Little Rock on fire from the free throw line tonight. You shoot 90% from the free throw line and good things usually happen.
We'll see if Watkins can drop in a couple here. He's still scoreless on the afternoon. It is a 1-and-1 though.
Well, just one would make it a 2-possession game. So this first free throw is very big for North Little Rock.
There's the shot, and it'll ring through.
Kind of rattled it in, but it doesn't matter as long as it hits the bottom of the net from the inside. Still counts as a point.
Chance to extend the lead out to 5 to make it 66-61. Here's Watkins. Off the mark. The door is cracked. It's left open. Here's Milton for 3. Rims in and out. Can't get it to fall. And Watkins comes down with a rebound for North Little Rock, and that might do it.
Yeah, that'll probably do it. Boy, you hate it for the Hurricane because that ball did everything. You see on the replay, it does everything but go in the basket. Wow. That's a tough miss on a good shot.
Yep, Milton just couldn't drop that one in, and that'll be a tough loss for Jonesboro. This will, if they do indeed see this game, yeah, everybody's headed out already with 10 seconds left.
Well, there is a football game in Atlanta right now of some interest. And one in, where they play the American Championship, Memphis and UCF. Is it at UCF?
I don't know where they play that one at, but I think that one is concluded, though. I think UCF has pretty much sealed that one away, as Ja'Cory Watkins has put this one away here, I think, for North Little Rock. 5-point game, a chance to make it a 6-point game, and he's off the mark on that one. So here comes Leach with 8 seconds left. Ahead to Milton. Milton sets his feet, shoots a 3, off the mark. Moore gets the rebound, and the putback is no good, and North Little Rock will come away with the championship here at the Hurricane Classic in 2018. They defeat the Jonesboro Hurricane by a final of 66-61, and it was a hard-fought game for both of these teams.
It really was. Coach Swift told me about a month ago that it would probably take about 2 months for this team to gel. They're obviously very athletic, or the Hurricane, but they're in that gelling process right now. You know, and we talked, especially in the first half, they just seemed somewhat out of sync offensively, and ultimately it did cost the Jonesboro here a victory.
We will go ahead and wrap it up from here. Again, we definitely want to thank all of our viewers here for the Hurricane Classic. Thank you guys for watching us the last couple days here on Tubetown. It's certainly our pleasure to bring you these games. We love doing tournaments like this for you guys, and obviously gives us a chance to check out some of the great talent, not just around here in Northeast Arkansas, but here at the Hurricane Classic. We get a chance to see teams from all over the place come. So,
well, and kudos to Stephen Cox and Chris Thayer. This was an absolutely fantastic tournament with a lot of good basketball, like you said, Andy.
No doubt about it. So again, congratulations to North Little Rock. They come away with the tournament championship here, again defeating Jonesboro by a final score of 66-61. Jonesboro loses out of the Hurricane Classic for the first time in 6 years. It's been a while since they haven't come up with a win. But definitely congratulations to North Little Rock, and congrats to all the other teams who participated in the tournament as well. Thanks, guys, for being a part of this with us. Again, the final score, 66-61, North Little Rock over Jonesboro. Thanks to everybody who made this game possible. Of course, all of our great crew here in Don Riggs Hurricane Gym, all of our camera operators and graphics operators. Couldn't do it without those guys. And, of course, our executive producer, Marcus Carlton. Appreciate him as well. Steve, great to see you again, sir. Thank you so much for joining us for this game.
Always a pleasure, Andy. You do a great job once again.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Guys, make sure you tune in on Tuesday night. We will begin our coverage of Westside Warrior basketball. We'll have that game against Blytheville for you. Again, Tuesday night, I believe 7 o'clock is the tip-off time for that. So we'll see you back here on Tubetown then. For Steve Clayton, I'm Andy Maness signing off. You guys have a great Saturday afternoon. God bless.